Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Following yesterday's random battle, I listened to all of your suggestions, feedback, and I really appreciate that. I will be doing the random battles every once in a while, but I will not be making them the staple of the content. That is, as I had mentioned, not the plan, and it is more so just to shake things up, to make sure I had some, shorter videos instead of the usual hour-long ones. And of course, that does not mean that I won't be doing scenarios at all. Because this is one of those. And this also lines up with what somebody was asking me previous, which is, hey, can you do another one of those big battleship battles? Well, yes. John Terne has sent in his scenario called War Plan Orange. And it says that after relieving the Philippines and Guam, as well as somehow managing to destroy the screening forces of the combined fleet, the US Pacific Fleet's battleships steam north to engage the Japanese in one final showdown. This is going to be a clash of titans. We have 12 battleships and 2 battle cruisers. They have 8 battleships and 8 battle cruisers. So numerically, they overwhelm me. They got more ships, but I have more battleships. Not necessarily a good thing because they have a tech advantage. So this is going to be a clash of titans. Now there are no real limitations in the form of stay at range because they have torpedoes or because they have light cruisers which can fling torpedoes at you. It's not anything like that, so I can just slug it out. Win conditions: destroy the main striking force of the combined fleet at all costs. The US Battleship Division is to be represented by the Tennessee class. Please try to copy just the aesthetics of the class as well as some of their building characteristics, like all or nothing. And anything else from power plants to armor thickness is entirely up to you. Alright, let's see what I can whip up. The Tennessee class. Let me draw up some plans. Right, this is going to be quite a bit more difficult than I had initially expected, because I thought it's going to be a super battleship brawl versus another super battleship brawl. But no. A Tennessee class is a super dreadnought battleship with a displacement of 32,300 tons. So no super battleship, no modern 1, no Dreadnought 4, but Dreadnought 3, not even. It's not even this ship. Good grief, this is going to be tricky. Because if the AI throws together a fleet of 8 super battleships, 8 Yamato and a halves, if you will, then this is going to be one hell of a rough fight. Yikes. Okay, let's see what sort of armament these guys had. We're looking at 12 14-inch guns. Oh no. Oh no, I can already see this going wrong on all sorts of levels. Oh, fine. This is going to be a really rough fight. 36,000 tons, and even then, the ship is actually a little heavier than they should be. 14-inch guns. Now, he asked me to actually come up with a build that looks somewhat similar, but I don't really know how to do that. See, I can't even properly fit a rear tower on this ship. Main tower is too big. This is the trouble with people sending in scenarios who haven't actually played the game, or at least that's my... Well, that's the feeling that I get from lists. Let's put it that way. You don't know what the design limitations of the game are. I can't for the life of me do this. I'm gonna go do a bigger hull. Dreadnought 4. This might be able to fit it. The displacement and such is not going to be lining up. But he said if you can get the aesthetics more or less right, then he'll forgive anything else. We'll fix the weight offset and stuff like that later. Gear turbines, oil, force boilers, auxiliary 4, shaft 3, croup 4... High barbettes, anti-torp, not necessarily useful on this ship because I won't be facing torpedoes. They do offer a little bit more floatability. Triple bottom hull, anti-flood 3, reinforced bulkheads, and I think they had an all or nothing armor scheme, he said. Alright, let's reduce speed to 21 knots. That feels so freaking slow. They also had 14 5-inch guns. Now, from what I'm seeing on the pictures here, those guns are in turrets like these. Where would I need to put those down? 2x2 batteries, or let's see, 2, 2, 2, 1? They had 14 of those, right? So that would be 2, 2, 2, and 1. Alright. I wouldn't pick this as a particular useful setup, but hey ho. 2, 2, 2, and 1. And then we're looking at 4 3-inch guns. Hold on, 4? 4 3-inch guns. Okay. So like there and there? I don't know. Funnels. This thing had cage masts. Oh no. Well, actually that might help me. Hang on. It's been a while since I used cage masts, so why not? They had 2 cage masts, in fact. Here. Cage mast, super tall. Good lord. You're going to be seeing those from outer space. I guess we cannot put the 3-inch guns over there anymore. Get me another barbette. Put it over there. Give me another turret. Put it over there. Cage masts galore. Okay, and then get the 3-inch guns back in. Oh, you can fit them up there, but nowhere else. Gotcha. Singular 3-inch. Here. Ta-da. Now I got my 3-inch guns. They also have torpedoes, to my great surprise. Outside. Okay. And you think that one torpedo tube's gonna cut it? Because I think that that might be a problem. I won't need sonar. I'm going to use RDF. Super rangefinder. I'm going to need as much punch as I can get. As much pen. 2 powder usually gives you the best amount of pen. Plus 10.5%. Super heavy shells to increase the pen even further. Meaning that at, let's say, 20,000 meter range, if I hit, I can slam through lots of deck armor. And at close range, I can slam through lots of belt armor. Electro-hydraulic turrets, auto-loaders. And with a very, very low amount of speed, I can probably tack on a bunch of armor. And I'm going to have to, because it's going to take forever for these things to get into range. So they'll have to stand up to a lot of punishment. I might not be able to make them completely impervious, but I can sure as well try. 13 inches of deck armor. I think that's the most I have ever given any ship. 18 inches of turret armor. 10 inches of turret top armor. Yeah, sure, 24 inches of tower armor. I'm not sure where you'd put that, but I'll leave you guys to discuss that in the comment section. Secondaries, 9 inch. Increase belt armor to 17 inch. Belt extend to 15 inch. Good grief, and I still have 3,000 tons? Oh, sorry, no, 3 tons, not 3,000 tons. 3 tons. Whew. Deck extended armor. Oh, there we go. Lower the belt extended a little bit, so I can get a bit more deck extended. Preferably 9 inch. For no reason in particular. 16? 16, there we go. Oh shit! Herp a derp, you need a funnel for this ship. That's what because I saw cage masts. Well, that just looks impotent. Is it enough? Oh, it's not bad. 62. Doesn't fit. I would not want to be on one of these towers, just observing with a funnel like that. That does not look comfortable. Okay, and now I need to save another 1,000 tons somewhere. That's gonna have to be belt armor. 13 belt extended. I don't want to sacrifice too much on the turrets, so it's going to be the deck armor that takes it. And the secondaries are moved to 8-inch. There we go. That's your ship. That's Colorado. Well, Colorado, good luck to you and your sister ships, because this is going to be rough. The Japanese throw together a fleet of super ships, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there in time. I don't like the length of that ship. I really, really don't like the length of that ship. That seems to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turrets. And with my luck, that's probably triple barrel each. Yep. So, in effect, I'd say we're facing... Oh, I don't know. Somewhere to the extent of 8 Yamatos. With a group that is really not up to something like that. The one thing that I might have is the amount of guns. I just don't know if the amount of guns are going to be able to do enough damage. Look at that. This is pretty. Hold for a second. This is pretty. Large fleet action. I've hit 1 round for 1 point of damage. 25.3 average armor penetrated. Impressive. Now my plan is just to turn in at least a bit to make sure that I can get more guns on target. There is, as far as I've been able to tell, no real limitation on having a specific number of ships survive. So, if I lose a ship, well, suck it. Tough, basically. Ooh, fire. I want all ships to target this one ship here. It's already on fire. Oh, it's a battlecruiser. It's one of the battlecruisers. Alright, well... Not necessarily a bad thing, because if I can hit a couple of the battleships, sorry, battle cruisers, and knock those out early, that can help. Unfortunately, the accuracy against that ship is bad, because it's a battle cruiser. Meaning, look at that volume of fire. Good lord, that's not normal. It's raining shells, hallelujah. Is that all targeting the Bainbridge? No, it's the Ranger. Look at that shit. Pretty lights in the sky. Up until the point where they hit your ship. Now I have done 410 damage. Identification is still forthcoming. It's going to take a while. What ship were we targeting again? Yeah, this one, the bow-in one. Great plan. No. I need to find one that's either broadside or turning to broadside. That one. Because that might be hittable, and if not him, then the ones behind it. Or her, specifically. So far, they've inflicted a bit more damage, and that's mostly due to the damage that the Ranger's been taking. Bulkheads? Many bulkheads? On an AI-designed ship? Okay. Interesting, by the way, that the battle cruisers are not that much lighter than the battleships. 54,000. 41,250. I really want to know what I'm facing. What sort of armor scheme? What sort of firepower do these guys have? And importantly, how many bulkheads? Because if it turns out that they do not have a lot of bulkheads, I might be able to push in and just start lobbing torpedoes at them. Just brawl with all my battleships. It's not going to be ideal, because it'll be a mess. But it might just help out with the amount of damage that I need to do. 42, 43, 48, 42. I still don't know anything about these ships. That's a battle cruiser? Yeah, swimmingly. And that's a battleship. No. Wait, what? Where are the big guys? Here are the battleships. Definitely battleships. Look at how far that main tower's back. And then they put a casemate, no, a barbette with 6, 7 or 8 inch gun on top of it. Interesting design. So far, the ships are not actually doing that bad. We've inflicted 1,600 damage, we've taken 1,500 damage. And it seems like most of the ships are focusing on the Ranger, which is now falling in behind the Georgia. All of my ships are trying... Well, they're trying to blend into one group, which is not good. Oh, hold on. Are you being subjected to firepower? Yeah, you're taking some hits. I guess it's time to put all that belt and deck armor to the test. What a slugfest. Ooh, hello. You seem to have flooding issues and you're half health. So all of those shells are doing something. Good grief, look at this guy. Accuracy is about 3%, but every ship, if possible, fires 12 shells at it. And then does it again about 30 seconds later. We might get first blood on this battlecruiser. Focusing fire seems to work out, because we're starting to do serious damage. I guess it's going to try and fall behind one of the other ships. But it's going to flood. It has 2 damaged engines. My accuracy should increase. Let's see if my ships are not doing any sort of big group hug. Range, 11-1. We're starting to approach belt armor range. Yep, this one's limping away. I do want a full kill on it. I don't want it to just start heading back and come back with a vengeance in a while, because I've seen that happen one too many times. You think you have it, it's almost flooded, and then it comes back from the dead. Now my torpedo range is 14.8. So these guys are actually inside a torpedo range. The elite group is the South Carolina. Oh, we got identification. The Senjo battlecruisers. Maximum bulkheads. Sure you are. 7.7 inches of armor at the best at the turret. Okay. These guys are all the same class, right? Yep. So if the New Hampshire were to target this ship, it has a 99.6% chance to penetrate the armor. That's good. Akagi is the ship that's currently being butchered. Although I'm not seeing too many more hits on it at the moment. There's another one. But with all the bulkheads, I don't see this thing going down anytime soon. Anyway, we had the torpedo tubes ready. Carolina, just torpedo the Senyo if you can. Tennessee also launched a torp. Indiana launched a torp. And Idaho launched a torp. Do these guys spot those things early? Hydro 3, not too early. Now what about the battleships? 99%. Hello, big guy. What's your story? 17-inch guns. But with such an atrocious accuracy that I think he's missing out on a rangefinder. Yeah, stereoscopic 2, rangefinder. Light shells? Really? Okay. Does that mean that you can't pen me? You can't pen me? Really? All that belt armor's coming in useful now, isn't it? 8.8% chance to pen. I am so glad that I put a lot of armor on these ships, because if I hadn't, then those 17-inch guns would have gone right through them. Range 8.6. 8.5. Come on. Akagi's now to 5%. Just finish her off so we can move on to bigger ships. Or maybe not so much bigger, but closer. Tenryu, Oshima, Senyo, Notoro. We've inflicted 5-8, taken 3-1. There's another fire on Akagi. Still 5%. Let's see. The torpedoes are still out there somewhere, but they're singular torpedoes, so they're pretty hard to spot. 5%. There we go. You're dead. Alright, next target. What did you guys select? Let's go for this one. Tenryu. The second line of battle. Yeah, we're all gonna focus the Tenryu. Bainbridge. Focus Tenryu. Have at it, gentlemen. Have at it. The accuracy should be pretty good. 13%. So I can probably get rid of another battlecruiser pretty quick. Now, the battleships can't pen me, but can I pen them? Oh yes. 59% chance. That's really nice. So my chance to pen them is a hell of a lot better than their chance to pen me. Excellent. Fires. Tenryu is quickly being reduced to scrap. She's also starting to maneuver to avoid some of the torpedoes that are coming in from all different sort of angles. She lost a turret due to a flash fire. She is quickly getting decimated. South Carolina is starting to take some damage at this point, because she's also broadside onto most ships, so we're going to turn in a bit more. And hope that South Carolina doesn't suddenly want to start changing formation and fall behind the Idaho. Georgia can keep going. Yeah, you guys keep going. Tenryu's down to 37%. Now, I'm starting to focus on the battle cruisers a hell of a lot more than the battleships. Because the battle cruisers with their 14-inch guns... 13-inch guns... They have heavy shells. And I'm actually a bit more at risk of taking damage from those guys, because they're more accurate and they have heavier shells, than from their battleships, which still stuck at 23% chance to pen. So it's not that bad. Tenryu, down to 30%. Let's let these guys duke it out for a bit longer. Destroy the secondary gun. I have plenty of ammunition. Good grief, they really want this thing gone. She has taken 625 hits so far. Fire control's been damaged, but everything else is still operational. Tenryu suffers another flash fire. Really? It's pretty rare for me to actually have all these ships in a sort of column pattern, following each other. But it seems to be working quite well today. 11% left on Tenryu. Destroyed the main tower on the South Carolina. That's pretty impressive, considering that that thing had 24 inches of armor. Throw enough shit at it. And even 24 inches of armor starts to sacrifice a bit of survivability. Tenryu down to 11%. So we can torpedo the Oshima. Come on, Tenryu. 7%. Range 4.7. I really struck out here against the AI. Oh, hi. Torpedo hit on the Iwami. Minimum bulkheads. I really struck out against the AI. If they had built ships which had 17-inch guns with super heavy shells and very good range finding, then this fight would have definitely gone the way of the Japanese. But as it happens, the AI threw together some very interesting ships. And it seems to be working out quite well, for me, that is. 2%, 3% buoyancy. If only ships in World of Warships would focus fire this much. If only. Come on, buddy. 2%, 3%. I guess it's a bit damage saturated here. 2%, 1%, 0.7, 0.4, 0.1, dead. Very good. Next target, Wakamiya. Other group is currently working over the Fuso. Chance to pen. 55. 100% against that battlecruiser. And the Hampshire. Yeah, I also want the Hampshire's group on that battlecruiser. This battlecruiser has been taking a lot of heat in a very short amount of time from the Tennessee, South Carolina, Indiana, and Idaho. And that is getting reduced to scrap very, very quickly. She's down to 17%. And she's desperately trying to fall back. Ooh. Who took a big hit there? Was that a battlecruiser? It was Georgia, wasn't it? Yeah, Georgia took a couple of nasty hits. But seeing as I have done 25,000 damage and they have done 8, I'm not actually doing too poorly. This could be a problem. This battlecruiser probably has a... well, not even that good of a chance to pen me. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. Flash fire... oh, flash fire on the South Carolina. I guess the South Carolina is going to be dead soon. Wakamiya sinks. Next is the Uji, which is already being subjected to the full attention of the group from the now lead ship Indiana. This is still going to take quite a while. Before we massacre the entirety of the Japanese, we're going to be a while. Uji down to 10%. South Carolina, despite having suffered severe damage, triple engine failure, rudder damage, and fire control, she is still fighting. Let's see, they still have 3 battlecruisers. We have a collision here between Indiana and Tennessee. Fortunately, friendly ramming damage is not a factor. We're now starting to take down the Fuso. She has a lot of health. New Hampshire. I want your group to start turning left. Bainbridge's group is over here. I want you guys to keep pushing. South Carolina is really looking poorly. The next one's Tennessee, but the other ones are fine. I have not lost a single ship. Great success. Can you guys even do anything with those 17-inch guns? They reload in 54 seconds. They've inflicted 1,484 damage. Now looking at the New Hampshire, she's inflicted less damage than that, but I have... actually, do I have more guns? This is 15 guns per ship, times 8, so that's 40 guns. I have 12 guns per ship, times 12 battleships. But I don't focus fire on one target. Oh, this could be nasty. Flooding in 3 different compartments. And minimum bulkheads. But it's a really big ship. At 122,550 tons. There is a lot that needs to flood. New Hampshire's group moving in. Bainbridge. 1,600 damage inflicted. None taken. Nice. I guess the Indiana is now the lead ship of this group. Tennessee, Idaho, and South Carolina trying to fall in behind. %22% structural integrity. Rudder's been damaged. Buoyancy is still going down. Time for the Hampshire group to push in. Also because they still have torpedoes on them. Georgia sinks due to heavy flooding. Well, Georgia fought a good fight. She did not quite do a lot of damage. 370 versus 4,700 damage taken. But for a battle cruiser, she lasted a pretty respectable time. So I'm not unhappy with her performance. Bainbridge, what are you trying to target? No. We're going to work over the Notoro. Are you guys clashing? Yeah, you are. I'm sure. Range to target. 7.5. Set a course. These battleships, battleship light, let's say Dreadnought heavy that I have, they might not really have the amount of firepower that I would have liked, but what they do not have in firepower they make up for in armor. These ships are very tanky. Fuso still has a flooding issue, but I don't see it on the bow, so it's on the stern, which means it's already flooded. Are you coming alongside to take on survivors or assist with firefighting? What's the plan here, Shohei? What's your intent? Come right. 20%. Let's switch to ×5. This is just going to be wearing them down. Flash fire on the Toro. Ranger sinks. Torpedo when available. Looks like the Fuso is going to need a bit of assistance. Oh, hold on. Fuso is torping me in return. And I said I didn't need torpedo bulge. Haha. I was not quite expecting to get hit by torpedoes from a battleship. 21 inch. I also have a torpedo going out against the Fuso. I don't expect the Fuso to turn in time, but the New Hampshire is going to get hit 3 more times. Time to close those watertight compartments. And do it quickly, because otherwise there won't be a ship left. There we go. Several more torpedoes strike the New Hampshire. Now we massacred another battlecruiser. Let's work over Kirishima next, because she's already halfway down. Torpedo hits on Fuso. No flooding, however. Yes, there's the flooding icon. But I think we hit her on the stern, so the compartment that was already flooded. Torpedo out starboard onto the chiton if you can. Although the New Hampshire might be in the way. Whoa! That was juicy. One moment she's full health, the next moment she takes a flash fire, destroying a main gun and a barbette. There's no real massive damage, just a 14-inch shell that managed to do quite a bit of damage. Well, quite a bit, might be an understatement. So that's the chiton. That's one of the battleships dead. They still have a lot more. Shohei's flooding. Fuso's still half dead. Yeah, let's switch back to ×5. Let's work over Kirishima. Just the sheer amount of fire that these guys put out. Massive volumes of 14-inch shells striking the Kirishima. Another full salvo. Ammo detonation. Just down to 19%. It did not take a long time to get rid of the Kirishima. Another ammo detonation. She's down to 5%, and most of the ship is now on fire. Utah has also taken a fair amount of damage. What happened to you, buddy? Ah, torpedoes. Yeah, that would do it, I guess. Let's see, is that battlecruiser dead yet? Yes, it is. Next one. Right there. Indiana's group, whatever's left of it, keep going. Bainbridge, start pushing in. Colorado, Connecticut, and North Dakota. We have a job. And it involves torpedoing the Sagami. Apparently I wasn't quite paying attention because the Sagami is now at 600 meter range from Connecticut. Ryuho sinks due to structural damage. Good God, man. That was a ram. And a flash fire on the Ryuho. What? Minimum bulkheads? Barbette 3? Triple hull? Reinforced bulkheads 2? How do you guys keep getting flash fires? Unfortunately, that did come at the expense of the New Hampshire. But the New Hampshire was pretty much dead. Uh-oh. Oh dear. Connecticut gets hit by 3. I've inflicted 58k versus 28k taken. Flash fire on the Connecticut. That's bad news. I like the brawl, but I'm starting to take a bit too much damage here. Let's see, how much chance do you have to pen? 17.7. Okay, it's not too bad. Sagami is inspecting the wrecks of both Ryuho and New Hampshire. Well, that could make for a pretty picture. What happened here? Today on Clue. Alright, back to ×5. We still have more ships to take down. Fuso is working on getting a bit of water out of her hull. What? Another flash fire? Okay. Sold. I don't mind. The more flash fires on these 122,000 monsters, the better. The problem is that my fighting force is getting reduced. Oshima sinks due to heavy flooding. Where? 1 BC. Oshima. There. Nah, you just got whittled down. How much did the Japs have left? They got the Moshun, which is already starting to flood. Colorado might help with that. Just launch another torpedo. North Dakota, I want you to try and torpedo the Shohei. If you haven't used your port launcher yet, which you very well might have. The Indiana is working away against the Moshun. Should be able to win this one. As long as I don't get too many more damaging hits. Oh shit. No, that's not helpful. Colorado takes a flash fire and is about to get hit by 3 torpedoes. Yep, that hurt. Look at how much flooding she just took there. North Dakota hard to port. Moshun is taking a lot of hits, but her armor is standing up to it. Her maximum armor is 17.5 inches, which is on the turret. So she's pretty well protected, but Oh, well, maybe not. She's dead. Utah and Connecticut are having a bit of an exchange here. Let's see, where's Fuso? 9-1. Iwami. Mostly structural damage, nothing critical yet. Yeah, let's focus down the Yamashiho if we aren't already. These battleships are not doing very well, structural-wise, but most of them are still fighting. With a pretty respectable accuracy at that. Did you lose a turret? Yeah, you popped a turret. Connecticut. Colorado too? No, you just got 2 turrets blown up. This one's not working and that one flew off. Utah? B turret's dead. C turret's... well, X turret's missing. So I'm not the only one taking flash fires here. Alright, we are now operating at a range of 5-2. Your chance to pen me is 36. My chance to pen you is 50. So we're not too far apart, except that you're firing with bigger guns, but my guns fire more often. Damage inflicted 69k. Nice. Versus 34k. Can we maybe take out the Fuso instead? Because the Fuso is already down for the count. She just needs a little more encouragement before she goes down. Oh. Let's angle in a bit more. 8%. The Iwami is starting to flood. Getting the attention of all of these ships here. Well, and the South Carolina as much as she can, but she's limping. South Carolina's speed is reduced to 7 knots. Fuso. I think she had a bit more flooding a while ago. $36,000 damage taken. 2,000 damage just blocked. Oh, sorry, 2,000 hits blocked. There goes Fuso. 1,839 hits were just ricochets. Speaking of, at this point, I can probably not do any serious damage against the Iwami because she's heading away from me. Oh, here we go again. North Dakota taking torpedo hits from the Iwami. No, not from the Iwami. Maybe from the Fuso? Where did you take torpedo hits from? Iwami's down. Oh, flash fired. Good. 2 ships left. The Americans are going to need a lot of repairs. Utah, Colorado, Connecticut, North Dakota. Maybe not North Dakota. Maybe she won't need any more repairs. But the rest of them? Well... shit. We're going to need a bit of assistance. Prepare the dry docks. Let's see, can I still save the North Dakota if I just detach her from the group and tell her to fall back? Probably not, but who knows. Last 2 Japanese ships alive. And the Americans are once again pushing in. Bainbridge's group still has all of her torpedoes, but then again, so does Shohei. She is still a torpedo threat. Range 9.3, range torpedo tubes 14.8, so we are in range. North Dakota might not make it. I think she's gonna flood. 2%, 1%, dead. Shohei. I'm waiting for you to flood. Or to just pop a turret, like, that would work. I'm not opposed to you popping turrets. am, however, quite opposed to you launching torpedoes at me. 4 side-mounted torpedo tubes. Yeah, that's not good. Keep an eye on it. Whoa! 2 flash fires. That was a lot faster than I'd expected to sink the show high. Show bye-bye. Sorry, gotta be practicing those dad jokes now. Last target, Yamashiho. And that'll be the last of the Japanese. This poor guy, girl, ship, subjected to the firepower of the entirety of the remaining ships, which is 10 battleships. And there she goes, another flash fire. I think I killed all the battleships using flash fires. Maybe the Fuso... Maybe the Fuso took structural damage enough to sink. Anyway, job done. The Japanese Navy, the remainder of the Japanese Navy is at the bottom of the sea, and the Americans can push on towards the Japanese mainland. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for further videos. If you have a scenario, please send it in. Small caveat, at this point I have reached more than 1,000 scenarios in my inbox. 1,000 scenarios, so it could be a while before I actually get around to doing yours. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon for another video.